I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control. And I think I like it. If you are a control freak, if you want to be in control of everything in your life, that is probably not a song that you would sing. So what's the difference between a weird control freak, somebody who's a perfectionist, somebody who's a fanatic about anything, versus somebody who is disciplined, focused, committed and successful? And is there a difference? And the people behind me on the wall in my gym, very successful elite athletes, will all share, and they all have at some stage, either in a podcast or in a book, documentary, that they have been labelled as control freaks, as perfectionists, as people who they focus on the minor details. So is that something that is important if you want to be successful? Now, most people don't care. And just by observation, if you have a look at the way people live, somewhere between the best and the worst is average. And most people seem to settle for average career, average home, average car, average income, average relationship, average life. And there's no right or wrong there, it's just the consequence of that. So if you want to be successful, wealthy, have a lean, fit, healthy, strong body, if you want to be happy every day, not just live in the average, is there a plan for that? Is there a strategy for that? Is there something that you need to do with your life? And if you have a look at really successful people who are really happy and doing what they love, they're passionate about their whole life, versus people who have a yuck life, it's very obvious the differences. So, and this is again very, very personal for me, because my entire life I have been criticised and judged and gossiped about because I am what people call a control freak or a perfectionist. So this is a very personal thing to share. I am absolutely committed to a clean, tidy house, a clean car. I'm very pedantic about my eating plan and my exercise plan. And I often get called a freak. Now, that's a great word really though, isn't it? Because freak means out of the ordinary, different from everybody else. Could freak be the opposite to average? Because average is you fit in with the crowd. Freak is that you don't fit in with the crowd. And the crowd in the world that we live in today seems to be average. There are very few, and I use Formula One drivers as an example. There's only 20 of them. Out of all the billions of people in the world and the billions of cars in the world, there are only 20 Formula One drivers. So they're technically freaks. They're very freakish. Their ability to drive a very small car very fast around a very dangerous track is freakish. But you could apply that to billionaires. It's very freakish to make $1,000 million from your business. It's very freakish to have a career as a dancer, a singer, an orchestra player, an artist, because most people settle for an average job that they don't like, and yet there's people in the world who didn't want to do that. They wanted to be a dancer, they wanted to be a musician, they wanted to be an artist, they wanted to be a football player, they wanted to have a successful business, become a billionaire, and they did. So who cares about what everybody else is doing? This is my personal question, because there's two parts to this. I have a lot of people who tell me what they want to do. I want to be a successful sports person. I want to have a successful business. I want to have a great life. Want. So the next question, of course, is how to get it. It's a simple strategy, of course, and I don't think it's ever been complicated. It's just, what do you want? Then don't give up till you get it. And obviously the connecting point there is discipline. And for me, I would love that word when I'm gone and we're all going to die, so I have no challenge in sharing that. That is the word that I want to be known for, disciplined. And that is very freakish, because there's very few disciplined people in the world. And my definition of discipline is simply do what you should do, when you should do it, even if you don't feel like it. And the interesting part about the first two is I think we all know what we should do. And we all know when we should do it. We all know that we shouldn't procrastinate and we shouldn't put it off until tomorrow, and we shouldn't wait for eventually, maybe, hopefully. If you want something, you should do it now. But here's the challenge. The people who live in the yuck or the average, so the yuck people never do anything. They might even have a goal, but they don't do anything to achieve it. The average person knows what to do and when to do it, but when they don't feel like doing it, they don't do it. If it's too hot, it's too cold, or they're stressed, or they're busy, or there's something on social media that's more exciting, they don't do it. But the successful people in the world, and this is the ultimate difference, is they know what to do and they know when to do it, and they do it even if they don't feel like it. Doesn't matter if it's hot, doesn't matter if it's cold, doesn't matter if they're stressed, doesn't matter what's going on in the world, doesn't matter if it's their birthday or Christmas, or it doesn't matter. What matters is what I'm doing right now heading me towards my goal or taking me away from my goal? And if it's taking me away from my goal, why would I do it? And is that freakish? I think so. Let's look at control freak. The opposite of control, me in control of my life, is that somebody else is in control of my life. And I deal with that every single day. People who want to have their own business, want to be healthy, fit and strong, want to be financially free, want to be in a great relationship, but somebody else tells them that they can't. Somebody else tells them they're not smart enough. You're too tall, too short, too fat, too skinny. You're not good enough. You don't have enough money. You don't have enough education. You can't do it. So somebody gets in control of their mind and stops them from achieving their goal. So I will not allow anybody to control my life, of course. Why would you? But is it possible that that definition of control freak, I'm in full control of my life, which of course makes me a freak, could that simply mean that you're the disciplined person who, doesn't matter what's going on, you know what to do, when to do it, and even if you don't feel like it, you still do it? And that for me is that, and I've been studying excellence, I've been studying success, I've been studying elite athletes and top business people all of my life. I share this quite regularly. I don't read books that have been written by people that haven't done stuff. I only read business books about people that have had successful businesses. I only read sports, athletic books about people that have been successful at what they do. I like autobiographies and authorized biographies because I'm studying and researching and aiming to understand how the human brain works. Why is it that such a tiny percentage of people are successful and the rest of the world is living in the average or worse? And for me, the ultimate is that one simple word, discipline. You know what to do. You know when to do it. Most people only do it when they feel like it. But the disciplined, successful people, or the successful people who are disciplined, they do it even if they don't feel like it. So I'm just about to go outside. It's pouring rain. For the first time in 6 months, we have pouring rain in the South Island of New Zealand. It's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm really excited to go outside in the pouring rain and take my puppy dogs for a run. The dogs don't care. And I'm excited to go because most people wouldn't. That's my driving force. And I'm sure you've got things that motivate you, but one of my most biggest driving forces in my life to not give up and to never fail is what would the average person do? What would an ordinary person do? What would the losers do? And that's not it's not a nasty, disrespectful or derogatory comment. It's just that because for me the opposite of winning is losing. The opposite of being successful is average. So if I look at what the average people do, if I look at what the losers do, the people who don't win, I don't want to do that. So that's my driving force. What would a loser do? What would an average person do if it's absolutely peeing down with rain and they're meant to be running with their dogs? Most people wouldn't go. They'd leave it till tomorrow, wait till the rain stops. Well, I'm not going to do that because I want to live my life to the max. And I aim every day to be the disciplined control freak who is in control of my life. And if that makes me a freak, I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. I'm about to lose control because I'm not going to lose control of my life. How about you? Super duper doo.